day, everyone. This is Teacher Crizel. Have a great day. So for today's lesson, we will be walking through mathematical system. And aside from your module, I made this video presentation for better understanding, plus an additional reference for learning. I advise that you can download this video so that you can watch it whenever you are free. For your classmates who don't have gadgets, I will give you your printed copy of this lesson. And for those students who don't have internet connection and can access online, you can share it to them. Remember, sharing is caring. Now, I want you to make yourself comfortable and be attentive during the discussion. But before we start our lesson for today, let's have a revicate. All you have to do is to find the terms about geometry in the given puzzle. Are you ready? Okay, so without further ado, let's get started. Find the terms about geometry. Class, sabayan niyo ako sa paghanap ng mga terms related to geometry. Talasan natin ang ating mga mata. Very good. We found the word triangle. What else? I found another one. Let's try this one, class. Right. Oops, hindi pwede. What else? Very good. This is a word line. Ano pa? Very good. This is a word linear. But wait, there's more. It says here, linear pair. Let's click this one. Very good. We found the word linear pair. What else? We found another one, which is the isosceles. Ano pa, class? Very good. This is a point. What else? Very good. This is a word acute. Another one is complementary. What else? Hanap pa mga bata? Ano pang terms related to geometry ang inyong nakikita? Very good. This is the word equilateral. You got the correct answer. Ano pa? Very good. This is the word plane. Okay, class, meron pang isa. Nahanap niyo na ba? Ano ulit yon? Louder? Very good. That is congruent. We will now count the terms related to geometry. Thank you, class. So based from the game you played, what did you notice? Question: what are the different terms related to geometry? Kindly name those terms related to geometry. Okay, that's right. And those are points, lines, planes, ray, line segment, acute angle, right angle, and obtuse angle. So those are some examples of terms about geometry. And it has something to do with our topic for today, which is all about the mathematical system, particularly undefined terms and defined terms. So let's have a quick review with regards to mathematical system. Actually, it was divided into 4 parts, and those are the undefined terms, defined terms, axioms or postulates, and theorems. So let's talk about the defined terms. In the development of geometry, certain basic concepts are used for which no definitions are given. In modern mathematics, we do accept certain undefined terms by description. So these are undefined terms that doesn't have an exact definition. That's why it was only accepted by giving descriptions to those terms. Do you understand? Next is the defined terms. Unlike undefined terms, which do not have a formal definition, these terms have a formal definition. They are used to define even more terms. So that's the difference between the undefined terms and the defined terms. Okay, again, undefined terms, we cannot define it precisely, while the defined terms has an exact or formal definition. Now, let's talk about the axioms or postulates. These are statements that are considered true without proof or validation. These are beginning assumptions from which logical consequences follow. And the theorems, it is completely opposite of a postulate. These are statements need to be proven true using different undefined and defined terms, as well as postulates, logic, and other theorems that are already proven. Now, when we say axioms or postulates, it was already accepted true without proof because it was very obvious, and we can also use it in proving some mathematical statements. While theorems, it is the opposite because we need the statement to be proven true before it was being accepted. Did you understand? Now, class, I will let you decide or choose where to ride between the rocket ship and alien ship. We will going to visit planet Mars, and while we're on our way to planet Mars, we will encounter different asteroids, and those asteroids will give us a lot of lessons for today. Are you excited? That's great. Me too. Are you all ready? Amazing. So without further ado, let's go. Ready? In 3, 2, 1, go. Just like what I've said a while ago, mathematical system was divided into 4, and those are undefined terms, defined terms, axioms or postulates, and theorems. But let's just focus on undefined terms and defined terms. So under undefined terms, we have the points, line, plane. And under defined terms, we have collinear points, the coplanar points, and the subsets of a line. But first, let's talk about the point. So a point is the most basic term of all geometric concepts. It suggests an exact location. It has no dimension and it can be represented by a dot. We use a capital letter to name a point. So a point only has a location, pero wala siyang dimension. Yun ang lagi nating tatandaan. Wala siyang sukat. So a dot is the best representation of a point. And do not forget that when naming a point, always use a capital letter. So this is an example of a point. And we call this point A. Okay, so we use a capital letter to name this point. And we also have another example. This is point B and point C. Take note, class, that all geometric figures are made up of a collection of points. Did you understand? Do you have any questions? If none, let's move on. Now, let's talk about the line. So a line is infinite set of points extending endlessly in two directions. It has one dimension or yung tinatawag nating length. It is represented as a straight line with two arrowheads. A line is named by a single lowercase script letter or by any 2 points in the line. A thin wire or strand of hair is a physical model of a line. And this is an example of a line. The question is, why does the line extend infinitely in opposite directions? It is because of the arrowheads. Okay? This is the arrowhead. That's why a line is a continuous arrangement of infinitely many points. So we will call this line K, or in symbol is line K. So when illustrating a line, dapat merong arrowhead. Okay, katulad nito. So meron tayong arrowhead. And always remember, when naming a line, always use a single lowercase script letter. Take note that arrowhead symbolizes infinity. So the arrowhead can be extended, ibig sabihin, unending siya, and there's a lot of points in that line. Did you understand? Do you have any questions? Let's move on. Now, let's talk about the plane. So a plane has length and width, but no thickness. It is a flat surface that extends infinitely along its length and width. You can think of it as an infinite sheet of paper. A plane is named by a single script capital letter or by any 3 points in the plane which are not on the same line. So when we say plane, nag-e-extend ang kanyang length and width but it has no thickness. Kapag sinabi nating plane, flat surface yan. Just like for example, square and rectangle. So kailan ba ang square ay hindi na magiging plane? Okay? Kapag naging cube na siya. I'm talking about the 3D. That is already a solid figure. Take note, when naming a line, we will going to use a single script lowercase letter, while in plane, it was the opposite. We were going to use a single script capital letter. So this is an example of a plane. We have point C, point M, and point S. And we call this plane as plane A or plane CMS. Do you understand? Do you have any question? If none, let's move on. So let's proceed to define terms. First, let's talk about the collinear points. So it has now a formal definition. I have here an illustration of collinear and non-collinear points. Now, I want you to look at these figures and compare. So in figure 1, points A, C, and E are collinear points. Why? Because the points are on the same line. Did you understand? While in figure 2, points F, U, and N are non-collinear points. Bakit naman siya tinawag na non-collinear points? Because the points are not on the same line. Kapag sinabing collinear points, nasa iisang line lang silang lahat. Katulad ni point A, point C, and E. They lie on the same line. Nakuha? In the second figure, points F and U, they lie on the same line, but point N, nandun siya sa labas ni line. Therefore, tinawag siyang non-collinear points because the points do not lie on the same line. Nakuha ba? Do you have any question? If none, let's move on. Next is the coplanar point. So based from this figure, points P, E, and N are coplanar points. Why? Because these are points that lie in the same line. Nakuha? These are points that lie in the same line. What if point P ay nandito sa dulo and point E nandito siya and point N is nandito rin? What if dun yung pwesto nila? So the question is, coplanar points pa rin ba sila? Yes, because they lie on the same plane. Nasa isang plane pa rin sila. Nakuha? Okay? While in this figure naman, points B, A, and G are non-coplanar points. Why? Because the points do not lie in the same plane. Nakuha? As you can see, point B and point A, nasa isang plane lang sila. But point G, nandun na siya sa labas ni plane. Kapag sinabing coplanar points, plane ang pinag-uusapan. Do you have any question? Let's move on. Now, let's talk about the line. Let's proceed with the subsets of a line. Just like what I've said a while ago, a line can extend infinitely in opposite directions. Ang line pala, class, ay may mga parts, okay? Meron siyang mga subsets. So, ano yon? Actually, we have 3 subsets of a line. And these are line segment, ray, and opposite rays. And it was also considered as defined terms. Let's start with a line segment. So line segment, it is a segment or a part of a line consisting of 2 distinct points called the endpoints and all the points within them. So kapag sinabing line segment, meron siyang 2 endpoint, nag-end siya. Ibig sabihin, natatapos. So this is an example. It has 2 endpoints. And we will call this line AB or line BA. Its endpoint are A and B. Nakuha? So, meron tayong endpoint A and B. So, pwede siya magkabaliktad. Pwede natin siya tawaging line AB or line BA. Okay lang yon. Nakuha? Let's proceed to array. So, this is an example of array. Okay? So, array is a part of line consists of an endpoint and all points that extends infinitely in one direction. So, line segment has 2 endpoints. Sa ray naman ay isa lang. At sa kabilang side ay may arrow. It means that it can only extend at one direction. A ray is named with its endpoints first, followed by other point on the ray. Nakuha? The ray can be named as ray AB. So, hindi siya pwedeng magiging ray BA. Kasi, ang sabi dito, mauna muna si endpoint. So, ray AB. Do you have any question? And let's talk about the opposite rays. So opposite rays are two collinear rays with the same endpoint but extending in opposite directions. An angle is the union of two non-collinear rays or yung tinatawag nating sides and their common endpoint or yung tinatawag nating vertex. So when we say opposite rays, they have common endpoint. Ibig sabihin, endpoint na siya ng isang ray. Eto, endpoint na siya ng isang ray. Endpoint pa siya no kabilang ray. Now, when we say opposite rays, it is always a pair. Dapat, laging may kapartner yan kasi magkasalungat sila ng direction. Did you understand? So, dito, ang common endpoint is yung B. And the opposite rays are ray BA and ray BC. So, hindi ulit pwedeng maging ray AB and ray CB. Do you understand? Okay, do you have any question? If none, let's move on. Ayan, malayo pa ang ating lalakbayin. So that's the end of the lesson. But let's have another activity game. I posted it on online website called Quiz-Is. Just follow the instructions provided. On your browser, go to quizis.com or simply click the link that I've shared to our group chat and you will be redirected to quizis.com. Okay? And log in as a student and don't forget to enter your name so that I can monitor if you have complied to the given activity. You are given enough time to answer the questions provided. Okay, class, have fun while learning. For those students who can't do it online, you can simply write your answers on your paper and submit it during the distribution. So don't worry, okay? Now, class, I will see you on quizis.com. Alright, this green outline box is the leaderboard that I, as teacher, can monitor while my students will play this or game. So, these orange outline boxes are my students' screen. Okay? I can monitor them while they are playing the quiz or activity. So, there are also power-ups like this, where you can use it to help you while playing the activity. Also, it has fun memes. It has fun memes which give you cheeky feedback after each question. So not only you are applying knowledge about the lesson, you also have fun while learning. Enjoy class! Let's move on. Okay, congratulations to both the students in rocket ship and alien ship. You made it to planet Mars. So you now completed the activity game. As you can see, we have our top 3 here. Rank 1 is Kat, second is I Love You, and third is Maria Teresa. I told you that you put your name, pero meron pa ring student na di naglagay ng tunay na pangalan. So these are also the list of students who shows mastery of the lessons. Okay, in quizis.com, teachers can view reports by student to see which questions they answered incorrectly, or can view students' responses by question. So teacher can also email the reports of the activity directly to their parents. Now it's time to reflect. How does the undefined terms and defined terms in geometry use in real life situations? So I will just give my own opinion and give one example of each terms. So in undefined terms, a point was used to name an exact location. It really helped us to determine the exact location of what we are looking to. Just like when a tourist went to our country and they just searched the place on the Google Maps, it gave an exact location. And for undefined terms naman, the signboards that we saw on the streets, it also helped us not to get lost easily. Those arrows also help us to go on the right path or direction going to our desired location or destination. Okay, so for your own reflection, you can send your answer through Messenger or just simply write it down on your notes or on your paper and submit it during the distribution. Did you understand? Okay, to sum up our lesson for today, mathematical system was divided into 4 parts, and those are the undefined terms, the defined terms, axioms or postulates, and theorems. But we just focus at undefined terms and defined terms. So for undefined terms, we have point. So a point is just an exact location and represented by a dot. Okay? And we also have a line. A line, it has an infinitely set of points. When naming a line, we use a single script, lowercase letter, or any 2 points. And we also have a plane. Okay, it is a flat surface, and when naming a plane, we use a single script, capital letter, or by any 3 points. Under defined terms, we have what we call collinear points. Okay, collinear points when they lie on the same line. And we have coplanar points when they lie on the same plane. And for the subsets of a line, we have line segment, meaning it has 2 endpoints. Okay, array naman, it refers to a part of a line which has 1 endpoint and the other side can extend infinitely. And last but not the least is the opposite rays. Okay, when we say opposite rays, it share a common endpoint and it can extend infinitely in opposite directions. Did you understand? Do you have any questions with regards to our topic for today? If none, let's have an activity. Okay, all you have to do is to determine whether each of the following is true or false. Oops, excited. Again, for students who has a strong connection and can access internet, you can accomplish your activity and send it through Messenger. But for those students who don't have internet connection and can't do it online, accomplish your activity and pass it on your designated retrieval area in your barangay. Nakuha? Okay, so for your assignment, answer exercise A numbers 1 to 10 from your module. Okay, or you can also access it on quizizz.com. I already posted it on our classroom. So the code here is 010685. O ha? Katulad nung nasa screen. That's all for today. I hope that you learned a lot for this lesson. Just a simple reminder, you can download this video and use this as your reference in learning. Okay, don't forget to share it with your classmates who can't access online. I will give you your printed copy for those students who don't have gadgets. Stay safe at home. And again, always wear your mask, wear your face shield, wash your hands regularly, and eat nutritious foods that can boost our immune system. Always observe and follow health protocols properly. Sama-sama nating puksain at labanan ang COVID-19. Okay? Fighting! Again, this is Teacher Crizel. Have a great day.